Hello City fans, welcome to City Live as we build up to the last regular season game. It should be a good one against an in-form Western United up at Jubilee Stadium in Sydney. My name is Julian Stoop, as always joined by former City goalkeeper in Thomas Sorensen. And Thomas, we left here last Tuesday night. Pretty confident second spot was locked up. That's turned out to be the case. Just take us through how important that is for the club, not only for the upcoming final series, but also the future of the club as well.
It's a huge milestone for the club. You know, ever since Manchester City took over, that's been the main goal, to get into Asia, to push for a title. And, you know, now we've got the first step sorted up and we can look forward to that, and the fans can look forward to that next season. Now it's that last little step and beating a team in a semi-final and hopefully lift the trophy at the end of it.
How would everyone at the club be feeling? Because in your time at the club, it couldn't quite get into Asia. It's been, as you say, a big target for the club. Now that that's been achieved, what would the overall feeling in the club be about that achievement in particular?
It's all about building culture. It's all about building that confidence that you can do it. We've been close for a fair few years, but it hasn't just managed to materialise. And now you're there. And I think what I'm liking about what's happening now is you can see the culture is being built. You can see the players, and here we see them arrive for the game tonight. And tonight is just another challenge. You know, it's another way of building momentum into the finals.
We'll get to the team lineups very soon. As you'd imagine, there's some changes for both teams with the finals just around the corner. But there is a very special occasion for one young man for Melbourne City. That is Stefan Kolakowski, who, as you can see here, a debut is always special, Thomas, but a Melbourne Heart fan. Here he is at a Melbourne Heart game not too long ago. So a great moment for that young man. And it was a while ago. What do you remember about your senior debut?
You know, that's something that when you're probably this age, as we'll see in the picture here, you know, he seems unreal and he's worked hard. I know the development that he's gone through. He's a very talented player. He deserves a chance. And, you know, tonight, what a night. And to cement himself, maybe potentially give himself a chance to push for a final spot and be in that semi-final next week.
Now, one man that would love to be up in Sydney at the moment, but he's down here in Melbourne, and we're lucky to have him on City Live, is the skipper, Scott Jamison. Scott, welcome. Before we talk about the football, a new father, about a week in. Congratulations. How's it been so far?
Cheers, boys. Yeah, it is it's a totally different world, this one, being a father, that's for sure. It's been, you know, everything and more I expected. Everyone has always said to me about no sleep, and that's definitely the case. But it's something that you're just trying to get used to, trying to adapt as quick as you can. And, you know, when you've got a strong partner, it does make it easier. So I'm grateful that Vicky's, she's been amazing.
You're looking pretty fresh. Now, in good circumstances, I guess you could have the best of both worlds right now. You could be playing and you could get home quickly to your family. That's not the case. Just take us through your decision to, I guess you're going to remain in Melbourne and unfortunately, from a football point of view, not play any part in the upcoming final series.
Yeah, like you said, Jules, in a normal world, I wouldn't say perfect world because it doesn't need to be perfect, but yeah, a normal world would have gave me the opportunity to, you know, to fly in and fly out. But unfortunately with, you know, the pandemic that we're going through, it was super hard. I would have had to have spent 14 days in quarantine and would have had to have fulfilled those 14 days, regardless if the team didn't, you know, advance to the final. So, you know, that was one major, you know, problem. But also, you know, with family not being able to fly into Melbourne, you know, my partner's family is Russian, so, you know, they're all over in Moscow at the moment. Her sister's in Perth, you know, and my immediate family's in Sydney. So, you know, not being able to have, you know, them to lean on, because if they were able to come, you know, it would have given me the opportunity to obviously go and do the 14 days quarantine. And albeit I would have arrived the day before the grand final, but, you know, for me, that wasn't an issue. But it was just too hard for everyone involved, including baby Cooper and Vic. So a very difficult decision, but, you know, one that's I've been helped to make feel it was the right one, and I feel it was.
Jamo, huge congratulations as well from my end. Obviously, disappointment aside, how big an achievement has it been this season? Obviously, a lot of things have been ticked off. Second place, Champions League, a potential you know, championship as well. You know, how proud are you as a captain, and how would you assess the year?
Yeah, look, Tommy, it's been a long journey for the football club in the sense of, trying to break into the top two. We've had some real close opportunities. Like yourself, you were a part of the team that unfortunately lost on the last day against Perth Glory, to give us a good crack. But, we've along with everyone, have been through a lot this season as individuals, but also as a team and a club. And, the best thing about, for us this season has been, every opportunity that, there's been a problem, we've adapted to it straight away. Whether it's been the pandemic or, the interruption or trying to escape Melbourne to resume the season, the playing group, the staff have answered anything that's come in front of us. So, to be a part of it, it's been amazing. And albeit, we've got 2 weeks left now to, really hammer home what we said we wanted to do at the start of pre-season. And that was, first and foremost, qualify for Asia, but also win a trophy. So, hopefully the opportunity arises with, us getting there on the last day of the season and winning.
And looking past tonight, who would you want to face in the semi-final? Who do you think suits us best, form-wise, playing-wise?
Yeah, you look, obviously we can't play Sydney FC because they've finished first and we've finished second. But, I look at the teams left over and you look at Wellington, Perth probably haven't had the strongest form since the resumption, but, they've got enough in their teams to hurt you. Western United are in obviously very, very good form. But I'm looking forward to tonight. I feel, Western United have come into this game and have done really well. But, they've also let everyone know how well they're doing. So I think it's a good opportunity for us as a team and, to put a marker down and just, remind them that, making finals is good, but, you want to go deep in these finals. So let's not celebrate too early.
Scott, we saw the photo of young Stefan Kolakowski before, which is a fantastic moment for anyone making their debut. But the fact that he grew up loving the Melbourne Heart, he's been watching at Amy Park before he joined the club. Just take us through, tell us a little bit about him and how he'll handle the occasion tonight.
Yeah, look, I think that's a great story, and I think it's one that, really entrenches what a football club's about. The A-League's only young, but the opportunity for someone who was a Melbourne fan to ultimately get to play for his, favourite team is something that, other leagues have got all around the world. But as a young league, we haven't had that opportunity. So, for Stefan to support the club from day one and then get the opportunity to sign his first pro contract and then make an appearance, but now have his first start is fantastic. And, he's a lovely young lad. He's got a great work ethic. He's had 2 ACL knee reconstructions, and he's fought back from them. That says a lot about him as a character. As a player, he's rapid. I think he needs to understand he can use that to his advantage more so than he does at the moment. So, some of the messages that, myself and other people tell him are, to really exploit that pace and really go in behind. So I spoke to him earlier and wished him well, and I'm super chuffed for him. Like I said, it's important for our football club to really celebrate this because, this is a fan from day one, a boyhood fan, and it shows young boys out there that, supporting our football club and then getting to play it, it's a dream.
Yeah, it certainly is a great moment. Scott, fantastic camera work about halfway through by you, adjusting the camera as well. Enjoy the first half and we'll check back in with you at half-time.
Thanks very much, boys. Look forward to it. Come on, City.
Well, Thomas, we've got the chocolates a couple of times against Western United this season, but 2 high-scoring games and also it's been a good matchup so far for Jamie Maclaren. He's got a couple of braces against them already.
Yeah, he's been right on form, but hopefully tonight we can keep 11 men against Western United. Delbridge, hopefully he can stay on the pitch. But here we see Maclaren, great ball in from John Rowe. Again, clinical finish. What we've seen, just quick touch, no nonsense through the legs of Curto, and again here, just sniffing out the chances here. We were actually 10v11 under the cosh. And a long ball, and he's in behind, and he finishes off, and that's the quality of Jamie Maclaren. Here we're in the home game, another classical finish from 0 yards out, but they all count, and he's there when we need him. And that's really been the story of his season. He's just scored in more or less every single game. noon. We'll be missing him tonight. He sets this goal up nicely. A little chip in, great run from Luna in behind, and another finish. And we'll have a chance for this tonight with a new back three for Western United. And I don't know what Curto and Durante are thinking about here, but I think Jamie Maclaren says thank you and puts another tick on the goal-scoring charts there. Again, communication is key in football, and here they forget about it. But thankfully, we got a goal out of it. Yeah,
we'll have a look at that race for the Golden Boot very shortly. But let's get back up to Jubilee Stadium and catch up with defender Richard Vinbickler.
3, 2, 1. Rich, big game against Western United tonight, our final match of the season. Not much to change on the ladder, but still an important game to win.
Like you said, exactly. We secured the second spot, which is our least goal we wanted. And now it's still a Melbourne derby, There's always a lot of action in those games. And Melbourne has something to play for. And we play for keeping our confidence high to go into the semis. And you can expect a tough battle tonight.
And like you said, Western United, a tough side. We've beaten them twice this season, but it's not going to be an easy game.
Definitely not, especially when you look at the last games Western played. We had a good video session about them, so we know where their strengths and also their weaknesses are. And hopefully, if we convert that best on the pitch, we will win tonight.
And yourself as well, it's good to be back, good to be playing and making a real difference into the side.
Well, everybody who knows my way knows that things didn't go exactly how I wished it. But that's all in the past now, and I can't be more happy than to be on the pitch and battle and goal to battle for the trophy.
Well, Richard, all the best tonight, and good luck to the lads.
Thank you.
And as always on City Live, we want you, the City fans, to get involved. And if you do, there's some fantastic prizes on offer. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is vote for the EA Player of the Match. Tell us why and get voting on the socials, as you can see there. And there are some fantastic prizes up for grabs. But stick with us here on City Live. We'll be back after the break.
Hi, can I have a strong skim latte? Strong skim latte, please.
Sorry, could you repeat that, please? Sir, did you say strong skim latte?
Yeah, medium, please.
When only drive-through will do, we'll be here.
Break here for Jamie Maclaren. The angle's narrow. It's a tap in for Josh Brillante.
Welcome back to City Live, of course, brought to you by Macca's. Now, if you're a little bit peckish while watching the boys tonight, you can take advantage of the exclusive McDelivery offer, a free Big Mac for those that get involved. Well, let's get back to Jubilee Stadium and check in with Michael Petrillo. Michael, great to see you again. First of all, congratulations on the achievement of sealing second spot. Just take us through how the club are feeling about that achievement and how significant is it?
Yeah, obviously we've missed out a couple of times in the past, and it's something that the club has set as a really important objective for us. So to be able to achieve that and finish in second spot, yeah, the players are wrapped, the club's wrapped, but we also have a bigger picture, and that's obviously we want to win the grand final. So the boys are focused, but obviously it's a big achievement to qualify for Asia.
And we just heard the story of Kolokovsky, obviously a fan, a lifelong fan of the club, and now getting a chance to start for the first time. How do you see his development and some of the other players? Naja is starting as well, and we can count in Metcalf and Atkinson as well. How do you see that overall development of the youth talent?
Yeah, Thomas, and you've been around. We've had some really good young players, and we've lost a couple over the last couple of years. Some in the opposition team tonight, but you can't keep them all. But what this period in the hub has done for these young boys, Thomas, is been fantastic. To be able to have them train on a consistent basis around players that have been around for a long time. The improvement's been dramatic in some of these boys. Even young Rafa Borges is on the bench tonight. He gets his opportunity. He's been training really well, and nothing beats being around experienced players and in a good environment. So, yeah, the boys are coming on really well. They deserve their start. The Collars trained the house down for the last couple of weeks, so Eric is giving him the opportunity, and Moody has worked very, very hard. You know, he's we've been waiting for an opportunity to start for a long time, but with Jamie as the number 9, it's difficult. But he gets his spot on the left, and hopefully the young boys take him.
Michael, just looking ahead to tonight, obviously second place is locked away. You know you've got a semi-final coming up next week. So performance-wise, what are you looking for tonight?
Yeah, look, we've talked about that all week, and Eric and Patrick today reiterated, you know, trying to find a really consistent level and setting a high standard that we don't drop. We've only got these 3 games. We need to be consistent. We need to go into the finals with some good momentum. Keep doing the work that we've been asked to do over the last few weeks. We had probably 3 very good halves of football. Obviously, after the send-off last week, we sort of lost our way a little bit. So we just want to make sure that we continue to play the way that we know we can play, and we know we showed it against Sydney that our best is good enough to win. But we've got to maintain that. You know, we've got 3 games to go, and we're looking for that consistency right through the 3 games.
Well, Michael, once again, thanks for your time on City Live. Good luck this evening, and we'll touch base with you next week, hopefully.
No problem. Thanks, fellas.
Well, Thomas, once again, he's left me. He's gone over to the plasma. He loves his plasma time. Let's go through last week. It was tough work watching that second half, but in saying that, there was a lot of positives from the game as well.
Yeah, I'm going to take out the cliche of a game of 2 halves, because that's really what it was. And we'll see here. We got a really good start. You know, use some of the same things that we did against Sydney. You know, penetrating passes through the press of Adelaide. And again, we got Briante. He had a man-of-the-match performance, getting the ball back. And again, quick transition. I think that's where we've been really, really good. Get the ball out to Noon. He does a little dummy here. Wait for the defender to dive in, and just, again, a weighted pass. He waits to see where the runs are coming, and Luna does really well. We'll see it here from a different angle, how he actually just times his run. He hesitates a little bit, waits, and then darts into the hole. And it leaves Kito really in no man's land in between 2 of our players, and it's a great goal. Here again, a great pass from the back through the press of Adelaide. A quick switch, which we can use again tonight against Western United, because there'll be plenty of space out between their fullbacks. Jamie Maclaren again, the timing is impeccable, else he can't readjust, and he gets back on the top of the scoring charts with a great header. And we will see again, just the way he readjusts, else he can't really get his footwork right, and just the leap, great header. Now to some of the bad things. You know, up to this point, if the ball will stop here. Noon does really well, actually. He pushes out, he gets the team out. But what he does from here to there, that's what really changes the game. As it rolls on here, an experienced player shouldn't be diving in. He can just hold his run, and let Jakobsen pass the ball back to Iso, because that's really the only option. And he leaves the team in a really, really bad situation now. And we get pushed back, as we'll see. Everyone defending in the box. The one-on-one situations, I'm going to harp on about it, because that's something that we're really bad at. We get Atkinson here in a one-on-one situation. We've changed to 3 at the back. We've got, you know, some of the best defenders, heading defenders in the league. Get him down the line, let him cross it. It hasn't been a danger all game, but he gets beat easily. 2 men get beat, and I don't know what Luna is thinking of diving in head first. It's a critical mistake, and it lets Adelaide back in the game, and shouldn't really happen. You know, we need to be better in these situations. And Upset really just a clinical finish and punishes for the mistake. And we'll see again in the second goal in a minute. We got everything covered. We push out really well. We got plenty of people in the centre. Comes in, you know, we deal with the ball here, and then Galloway pushes out, and he'll stop here again. Push, you got the player outside the box, force him out towards the corner flag, don't let him turn. You gotta wanna stay, you know, you wanna keep the initiative, let him think, don't wait. And what happens, he hesitates a little bit, waits, and opens up the angle for a great shot. And Halloran is a good player. and he punishes us with a late goal. And to be fair, we defended a bit after this where we could have lost the game. So a few moments changed it, and we need to be better in those situations.
Yeah, let's hope Tom Glover's not quite as busy in the second half tonight. Now, of course, it's a difficult time for our City family in Melbourne, with lockdown impacting all of us. But as you're about to discover, City players and staff are thinking of you all.
Hi everyone, all our family and friends in Melbourne. Hope you're well. We know it's a difficult stage through this lockdown, but we're here supporting you through this tough time, and hopefully you're supporting us, and hopefully we can do our best through this final series. Thank you.
To all our friends and family and our supporters at home doing it tough. We're all thinking of you, but we're going to try and get these results in the next few weeks.
Hi Melbourne City fans and everyone in Victoria. We hope you're doing well. We know it's hard in lockdown, but we're trying our best. We're going to win it for you, and yeah, we love you.
To all the City fans out there, we are thinking of you. We hope we can make your stay at home a little bit sweeter in the next 2 weeks, and hopefully bring back home a trophy to you guys.
Thanks for your support. It means a lot, and hopefully you can cheer us on from home, and we'll bring it home for you.
Cheers. All of you at home, we hope you're staying safe in these tough times, and we're all thinking of you.
To everyone back in Melbourne, we know you guys are doing it tough. The boys are out here trying every day to make you guys proud.
We've got finals next week, and the intention of the whole season has been the grand final and win a trophy, so that's on the front of our mind, but the back of our mind is everyone back home, so we hope you're doing well. Look after yourself and stay safe.
Everyone working hard. We know how difficult it's been, and we're going to do our best to try and win the league.
Whatever plans you had for your future, they're still waiting for you. Because if you're with Host Plus, you're with one of Australia's top performing super funds over the long term. With over 30 years of growth and experience, and some of the lowest admin fees. So keep making plans. Your future's in good hands with Host Plus. Host Plus. We go with you.
Gets it back from Nadjarine, and now the scraps, Jamie Maclaren to tease one to the back post, and make it two, Jamie Maclaren.
Welcome back to City Live, brought to you by Macca's. Jamie Maclaren aiming for goal number 21 tonight. But Thomas, let's go through the lineups. As we expected with both teams, a shorter final spot, there was going to be some changes. Just take us through the key ones from your point of view. Yeah,
obviously we're missing Noon. Berenguer apparently got a small calf injury, so they'll rest him for tonight. But it gives like we talked about, Kolakovsky comes in on the right-hand side, Najjar comes in on the left, and it's a strong side. Not a lot of changes. Metcalf's obviously in there as well. But when we look at Western United, changes all over the place. Not really recognisable from the previous teams. You got Curto, obviously, Pasquale. And the two danger men, Roston and Connor Payne, but no Berisha, no Diamante. So again, it's a team that I would like to see us beat tonight because we look better on the team sheet. Yeah, Berisha he'll be flat. A hat-trick tonight. He might have won the Golden Boot, but he's on the bench. As you can see, that race is very much on between Lafondra and Jamie Maclaren. But you'd back Jamie to get a goal tonight, wouldn't you? Yeah, no, we want him to finish out on top. We don't want anything shared with Lafondra. So, again, I think he'll do it. We got a good team out there, and again, with the team that Western United has put out, there should be chances. You see the boys warming up there at Jubilee Stadium. Kick-off not too far away. Stick with us on City Live.
One of Australia's biggest employment services, Matchworks, knows a thing or two about bringing diverse job seekers and employers together. Our work helps build business, careers, families and inclusive communities, all of which builds purpose and pride in people's abilities. Whether you need a foot in the door or someone special for your team, full-time or just a few hours a week, Matchworks is here to help. So what are you waiting for? Call today and change your tomorrow.
Noon against Rattray, and Noon in behind, empty nets, and Melbourne City lead.
Welcome back to City Live, brought to you by McDonald's. Now, as always, we've got some of the most passionate Melbourne City fans joining us tonight on the big screen. Even got the mascots involved tonight. I don't think we'll be talking to them at halftime, but we will be talking to one of the more passionate fan groups, that is the Melburnians, at halftime. So make sure, as we say, get voting for the EA Player of the Match, and also get your messages in on socials. As we saw before, the boys are all thinking of you up there in Sydney, and Barrick Harden, as we say, we'll check in with you at halftime. Here's some of the messages coming through. It's the City boys making all the noise. That is from Simon Harrison. Even though we are second now, let's play like it's the end, like the finals, boys, and bring it home with a win. Good luck, boys. And Jamie for the golden boot. Let's do this, lads, from Mary Nestor. And got to make sure J-Mac is golden boot. Can't let Barisha get it or even tie for it. And that's going to be tough because he's on the bench. And one of my favourite games this season was the away win to Western United, sitting amongst the United fans all game listening to rubbish, having the last laugh at the end and watching them walk out in tears. That is from AJ Leach. So get those messages coming in, as we say, at halftime. We'll check in with the Melburnians. Thomas, kickoff not too far away. Predictions, as you say, lineup-wise, it looks like it should be a comfortable City victory. What are you expecting?
No, we need to come out and keep this momentum going. I think for most parts, it's been really good since the restart. I think we've done really well. Sydney was a fantastic game. Big parts of the Adelaide game was good as well. So you need to continue that, get the momentum going. A couple of young players got their chance tonight. So I think there's plenty in this team to beat Western United, especially with the team they're putting out. So I'm picking 3-1.
3-1, and let's hope Jamie gets a couple of goals there. Remind our City fans, Barrick nice and hard. We'll get back to you at half-time. I'm not sure what the mascots are doing. I reckon they might have had a couple before the game has even started. Reminder, make sure you tune back in at half-time. We'll check back in with the skipper, Scott Jamison, and take you through all the first half highlights. Enjoy the first half. We'll see you at half-time on City Live. Welcome back to City Live, brought to you by Maccas. And 1-0 at half-time to City, thanks to that strike in the 12th minute by Moody Najjar. Western United had their moments, but overall pretty comfortable for Melbourne City in that first half. They take a 1-0 lead into the break. Great to see the fans getting involved at home and celebrating that first goal. Let's hope there's a couple more to come in the second half. As always, joined by Thomas Sorensen. Thomas, your overall impressions of that first half?
You know, I thought overall we played really well. Some really good play from back to front. I think Atkinson has been involved with a lot, and Muji obviously scoring his first goal. You can see how happy he was and how important that was for his confidence. You know, a couple of moments from Western United, but overall I think we've controlled it.
Yeah, we'll just take a look at some of those highlights in the first half. You said before the game you were hoping to see the boys get out on the front foot, and that appeared to be what they did.
Yeah, and here we see, you know, Calver obviously making a mistake, but again, there's still a fair bit to do, and Moody across goal through the legs. It's always difficult when a defender's trying to block it and you shoot across him, and you know, I think we deserved it overall. I think we were the better side, you know, more experience, you know, just better organised. I think the playing style as well. You could see that, you know, the players had spent more time together on the pitch, and you know, again, you know, we want to win this game, and I think that came across from the attitude as well.
A couple of, we've seen the goal here again. Jamie Maclaren's had a couple of siders of goal, but just hasn't quite been able to get in behind them.
No, there was obviously right at the end as well where Calver, I don't know, was on the floor, and I think Maclaren was hoping they was just going to squeeze through to him. You know, a couple of times where he's taken a shot to take it on himself. You know, you can understand he wants to get this goal and get clear, and you know, I still think he'll have a chance or two in the second half.
Well, let's get back to the skipper here on City Live at home, Scott Jamison. Scott, good to see you again. A nice moment for Moody Najjar. I'm sure you enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was. It was good to see, you know, Moody take the opportunity, and he's been prolific at youth level. So the, you know, the chance for him to score for his first team was pleasing, and I think overall he's been really good. It's not his natural position, but he's gave us some width and got him behind, and that's what we want from our wingers.
And Scott, anything else you've just jumped out at you, you know, in this first half? Obviously, you know, some of the younger players who've come in, Kolakowski on the right-hand side, you know, a few good things, you know, and a few mistakes as well, a few sort of insecurities. But in general, I think it's been pretty good. What is your assessment?
Yeah, it has, Thomas. I think, you know, the pleasing thing for us is, you know, we've made 3 changes, but, you know, the players that have come in have done the role that's been asked from Eric and the staff. And, you know, Collar, like you said, you know, has been in and around it. I'd like to see him probably be more direct. We touched on it earlier. I think his greatest asset is his pace, and I'd like to see him use that, especially against Aaron Calver, who, you know, he's not a left-sided centre-back, or if we can drag him into those left full-back positions, it'll give us some pleasing results, I believe.
And then going into, obviously, looking a little bit further ahead at this game, obviously we still have a second half, but looking into the finals, you know, who do you see, you know, who's the teams or the team you want to play in the semi-final? Obviously, we're playing Western United tonight, but they're not playing their strongest side, really. You know, who's your sort of pick if you had to?
You know, I think, Tom, I think, you know, I said it earlier, I wanted us to make a bit of a statement here. You know, we beat Sydney FC, and we did that in a pleasing manner. And then tonight it was about making a statement. So 45 minutes has been good for us. And if we can finish it off, you know, it's going into the final series knowing that we can beat, you know, the teams in it. Perth, Wellington, like I said, are wounded at the moment, so you know they'll be dangerous. But I'll back us in against anyone.
Well, Scott, thank you so much for your time on City Live. Enjoy fatherhood, and you're not playing for the rest of the year, so have some Maccas and enjoy the second half.
I will do. Look, cheers for all the City fans. Let's go.
Thank you very much to the skipper, Scott Jamison. He mentioned the fans there. After the break, we'll check in with the fans. As you can see, them all pretty excited there on the mega wall. Just a reminder to vote for your EA Player of the Match. Some fantastic prizes. Pretty easy. Vote for the player. Tell us why they should be man of the match. And you're up for some fantastic prizes. We'll be back after the break on City Live.
One of Australia's biggest employment services, Matchworks, knows a thing or two about bringing diverse job seekers and employers together. Our work helps build business, careers, families and inclusive communities, all of which builds purpose and pride in people's abilities. Whether you need a foot in the door or someone special for your team, full-time or just a few hours a week, Matchworks is here to help. So what are you waiting for? Call today and change your tomorrow.
Welcome back to City Live, brought to you by McDonald's. We can see the fans. We'll touch base with them very shortly, but halftime on City Live always means the Indomie Who Am I? And this week it's a couple of the young boys playing along Stefan Kolakowski and, of course, the goal scorer in the first half, Moody Najjar. They take on the Indomie Challenge. Let's see who can use their noodle.
Am I a male?
Yes.
Am I a real person?
No. Am I a player?
No. Am I a cartoon character?
Yes.
Am I from Nickelodeon?
No. Am I from Melbourne City?
Yes.
Am I star?
Yes.
Am I part of the A-League?
Yes.
Am I Eric Barts?
No. Cartoon. Do I have any connection to Melbourne City?
Correct.
Am I one of the 4 mascots?
Correct.
Am I the cow?
Incorrect. Does this person have you at trading? I won. He's a PK.
Yeah.
Patrick Norway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I the goat or sheep? Sorry.
No.
Am I the whale? Am I the guy from the ship?
No.
Oh, Tika, the old Melbourne Heart mascot?
Correct.
I'm Tika. I'm Tika. I didn't know he was still a mascot, to be honest.
Yeah, well done to Stefan there, using his noodle very well. Now, let's check in with the fans, as we say. The City Terrace is one of the more passionate fan groups that the team has got, and one of the leaders is Seamus, who we can check in at half-time. Seamus, how are you going this time of the year? You just want to be at the football, and unfortunately you can't be. How are you coping without being there?
Yeah, thanks for having me, boys. It's definitely tough. Would love to be in the stands. We're putting on a clinic at the moment, week in, week out, so I'd love to be there, but got to make do with what you got, and, you know, the bedroom or the couch will have to do for now.
So how are you going to be finals time? That's the time when you want to be. You'll be as nervous as anything. How are you going to cope watching at home?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'm sure I'll work it out once we hit the semi-finals and probably a grand final. We should get there. Not too sure. I'll be pretty nervous. Hope we can go all the way, but yeah, I'll work it out when we get there.
Now, Seamus, introduce your sidekick. Who's next to you? They've got the fashionable mullet. Who's this?
I've got my younger brother, Liam. He comes to every game with me as well, so yeah.
Liam, now, the haircuts, boys, what's going on there? They're both very different.
Oh, just having a bit of fun in isolation.
Very good. Now, what are you expecting in the second half? Is City to pile on a couple more here? What do you think?
We've got a much weaker side out there tonight, and we've definitely shown why we're the best side in Melbourne. We've dominated them from start to finish. Even when they tried to get a little grip on the game, we showed our class and we got back on top. So expecting more of the same. Should run out 2-3 goals in the second half. I'm pretty confident we should win this with ease.
Awesome, my boys. Thanks for joining us. Seamus, enjoy the second half and enjoy the final series coming up.
Cheers, boys. Have a good one.
Yeah, great to see some of the passionate fans there. Now, of course, a reminder, EA Player of the Match. Make sure you get your votes in. Some fantastic prizes, and enjoy the second half, and join us here for the post-game show on City Live. We'll check in with the boys, hopefully after another 3 points. Welcome back to City Live, brought to you by McDonald's. Naturally, the Melbourne City fans pretty happy with what they saw tonight, particularly in that second half. A couple of goals to Jamie Maclaren, goals number 21 and 22 for the season. City running out pretty comfortable 3-1 winners in the end, Thomas Sorensen, even though Mark Bosnich made it sound like Western United were on the front foot the whole second half. But really, City scored a couple and they could have scored a couple more.
Yeah, we didn't quite agree with old Buzzer and his assessment, but, I thought it was a very good performance. Obviously, a few changes from the start, a couple of young players. One of them, Muji, got a well-deserved goal. And then I think second half was fairly comfortable. They made a few changes. Berisha, obviously, Diamante came on. It made him a little bit more dangerous. A questionable penalty, I thought. Windbickler got the ball, in my view, but it was given. But overall, just great to see Maclaren getting 2 goals. Just cement that. I think he's been brilliant all season. And the 2 goals summed him up. Good penalty and just lurking at the back post and popping it in.
Let's have a look at those 2 goals to Jamie in the second half. As you said there, you weren't overly impressed with the penalty that was given to Basat Berisha, but what did you make of this one?
No, I think by what the referees are giving, if it hits your arm, it might not be intentional, but by the rules, this is a penalty, and again, well executed, just straight down the middle, high, no chance for the keeper. That's a confident penalty because it's easy to just blast it over the bar. And here again, like Lockie Wales, great ball. Maclaren actually got his arm up fairly early, just indicating he wants it. And Wales delivers it pinpoint at the back stick. And, again, 22 goals in a season. It's very, very impressive. And I think was it the 3rd time he's done it?
Yeah, the only player in A-League history to score 20-plus goals in 3 different seasons. So just take us through why you didn't think that was a penalty to Basat Berisha, because Mark Bosnich made it sound like it was obvious, but why do you think that was the wrong decision?
He comes, he dives in, and we'll see it here. It's a good bit of a build-up, but he gets the ball. He doesn't touch Berisha until actually after he's hit the ball. Berisha sort of stumbles, makes a bit of a meal out of it. I don't think there's enough there for a penalty, but Berisha, his dive probably conned the referee a little bit, in my view.
So good night for City, really. You get the 3 points, you don't get any injuries, and no red cards either. So overall, that's exactly basically what you want going into a final series.
Yeah, it's great to keep Delbridge on the pitch against Western United. I think he'll be pleased. But, and overall, a really solid game. Luna had a few things with his knee, got a couple of knocks. Fingers crossed he'll be all right. He's been important. But overall, it looks like the boys came through unscathed.
What do you make? You mentioned the couple of young boys there. Overall, what do you think of their performances?
No, I think they did well. It's always hard when you come in. You come into a settled side. Kolkowski, I think, had some really good moments. A couple of moments where you could see that, it was a step up in intensity and level. Muji, again, great to get a goal. Get your first goal. That's a memorable moment that you've been working for so many years. So overall, I think you can be really, really pleased. Rami came on in the second half as well. So it's just like a little bit what we talked with Petrillo about before the game. There's a lot of talent there. It's great to see them coming through and also for them to feel that they're part of this team.
Now let's get to our EA Player of the Match. No surprise, a second half brace, 22 goals for the season. Great to touch base with Jamie Maclaren. I think we're going to touch base with Jamie. I think he can hear us.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, got you, Jamie. Congratulations. 2 second half goals, 22 for the season. Overall, what did you make of that performance from the team?
Yeah, obviously, they're a team in form, and we knew going into this game that we need to be on our game, and look, it helped scoring first, and the boys that played tonight were fantastic, and I'm just happy with the 2 goals, obviously, but 3 points was more important to get our highest tally that we've ever had at this club.
You're obviously a very modest person, as we can hear from your answers. But how important is it for you? Obviously, you're a goal scorer. You get, that's what you get paid for. To have that satisfaction now of being the first player to score 20 goals for 3 seasons. How significant is it coming back to Australia to prove everyone that you're still a really, really good striker?
Yeah, I think I'm probably past proving people wrong, but it's more about believing and knowing what I can do. And I think it's a credit to the boys this season who have put balls on the plate for me, and I've been in the right position to score them. And in terms of penalties this year, I've not missed one. So it's just a credit to everyone at this club who have pushed me and supported me to get to where I am today.
And how do you see it going forward now? Now, obviously, you've got a week now to prepare for whoever you're going to play. What will the mindset be now? The focus, just keeping fit, just ticking along, or really just take a step up, because that's what the finals will be?
Yeah, I think I will take some great confidence from this game. But you saw last week, it was a week between this game, and obviously a week does help with your recovery and stuff like that. So we'll just approach it how we did, the same as last week, and come into tonight really fresh, and I'm sure we'll be the same in a semi-final.
On a personal note, Jamie, what does the Golden Boot mean? I mean, it's been a great race you've had with Adam Lafondra this season. Basat Berisha was coming pretty hard and he scored that penalty tonight. But from a personal point of view for a striker, what does it mean to win a Golden Boot?
I've just grown up, love scoring goals, and obviously when you win a Golden Boot, it just means you were the guy that scored the most goals in that season. And I'm blessed to have done it twice in this league and for two different clubs, and I take pride in it. You see the guys I'm up against, Bess and Lafondra, who have played at a fantastic level, and guys that are older than me and that I look up to. So to beat them at this season, I've shared a Golden Boot with Bess before, but to beat them this season was a fantastic achievement. But I wouldn't be here without my teammates giving me those balls.
And how confident are you going into this final series as a team? On resumption, you beat Sydney, 2 wins and a draw. How confident are you going into a final series now?
Yeah, confident as ever. I think it's a great thing for our club to be in a semi-final. It's one game away from the big dance, and it's a great season. Like I said, we've topped the most points that this club's ever had, and that's an achievement in itself for this great bunch of boys, and for the great backroom staff that have put all the work in. And it's just our just reward. But like I said, we'll go into next week with full of confidence.
Well, Jamie, once again, thanks for your time on City Live. EA Player of the Match, 2 goals, 22 goals for the season, Golden Boot winner. Best of luck next week when the finals get underway.
Cheers, thank you very much.
So well done to Jamie Maclaren. It's a sensational achievement to be the first player to score 20-plus goals 3 years in a row. We touched on this a couple of weeks ago, but in your opinion, what makes him one of the best strikers in the country?
He's got pace, first of all, so he can, he can be really a threat over the top. We saw in some of the highlights before, just chasing in behind. We saw the goal against Sydney where he forces a mistake out of McGowan and then just pop up in the box. He's not a player they'll go too deep and pick up the ball and link up. He'll be searching in and around the box for any scraps. His timing is impeccable. Just the way he finds space. A lot of young kids can really study his movements in the box. And we saw, again, he's got a leap on him. We saw against Adelaide how he out-jumped Elsie. So I think overall, he's just a goal scorer, like a good old-fashioned goal scorer. It doesn't need, his stats says that he doesn't need many chances to score. So he's efficient. And it's no wonder that he scored 22 goals, I think, from what is it? 26 matches, that's a great record.
So the regular season is now done and dusted. The knockout finals are on this weekend, but it all starts again next week for City. They will take on the highest ranked winner of those elimination finals. Kick off 5 p.m. next Wednesday at Sydney's Bank West Stadium. Now, we, of course, will have all the build-up, half-time analysis and full-time reaction here on City Live, thanks to McDonald's. So that's a big double-header next week. Melbourne City's game at 5 o'clock, and then Sydney FC will play in their major semi-final at 8 o'clock. So make sure you stay tuned to City Live for the build-up to that one. Now, let's get back to some of our most passionate City fans. We're going to check in with John and his son Elias. Great to see you both. John, overall, how do you go watching on TV, and what did you make of tonight's performance?
No, it was great. It was great to see the boys playing the way they did. It's good going into the final series with that sort of win under our belt and playing confidently. So I was pleased. It was a great effort.
Elias, you would have been pretty happy. Just take us through who's your favourite player for Melbourne City?
Jamie Maclaren.
Thought you might say Jamie Maclaren. Have you got the number 9 on your back? Good boy. And the signatures as well. How's he go, John? He looks like a pretty passionate City fan from here.
Look, if it wasn't for the isolation, we'd be at every game like we have been. He plays with the Melbourne City Academy as well, so awesome. He does. He loves playing football, and we love our Melbourne City. So the whole family, we get there every home game.
What position do you play, Elias? What position do you like playing?
Striker.
Very nice, very nice. How are you coping not going to the games? As you say, you attend every game. It must be a bit disappointing that you can't get there, obviously.
Oh, look, it's really tough, and it poses a lot of challenges. But wherever we can, we're lucky. We've got a soccer pitch up the road, although we can't really use it. But there is a little bit of street soccer involved sometimes, and we do get out in the backyard and have a bit of a kick as well. So and a bit of PlayStation as well. So, but I always get my butt kicked. So.
All right, well, give us a prediction for who do you think Melbourne City will be playing next, or who would you like to play? And how do you think they'll go in the semi-finals?
I think we'll play Brisbane, and I think we'll win 2-1.
Confident?
We'll take that.
We'll take that?
Yeah,
we'll take that. Well, John Elias, thank you for your time. Thank you for being such passionate City fans, and enjoy the semi-finals and hopefully a long finals campaign to come.
Hopefully. Let's go City. Thank you.
It's great to see the passionate fans there. Just your thoughts on a preferred opponent for next week, if you could choose?
It's always hard, but I think, Jamison alluded to it, some of the teams that haven't played too well after the break. Perth, I think, is one of them, Wellington. Again, Western United, sorry, we beat them tonight. But again, with Diamante, with Berisha, some of the other starters, Durante at the back, I think there'll be a different side. So I would like to avoid them, give them to Sydney, and then we'll take any other team. I think, but with the form we're in, I'll take any team really. Whoever we come up against, I know we can beat them. So, again, I'm fairly confident no matter what.
I'm going to take you inside the rooms very shortly, but just a reminder that Player of the Year Awards will be on August 31. That's a Monday night. So join us live from 7 p.m. That's, of course, on Facebook and YouTube for our Player of the Year Awards. Now, the event is in support of the Citizens Giving for Recovery charitable campaign. Visit the City website for more details. So it'll be a bit of a different night, obviously, this year, but always a fantastic night. Prediction for Player of the Year? Is it obvious, or is there someone that can come up and upset Jamie?
It'll be tough. I think someone, will need to score fairly heavily. No, I think it's a given. I think he deserves it. Again, I'm not doing the voting, but he'll be my favourite to win Player of the Year.
Just going back to the finals there, are Sydney vulnerable the way they've been playing on resumption?
I said that before this sort of restart, came along. Momentum is important. Everything that happened in March, doesn't really matter now because the season has been broken in half. And momentum is so important. And Sydney have really struggled. You look at how they played, it hasn't quite worked. The flow they had before the break, they don't have that anymore. And they won the Premier's Plate. But sometimes it's hard to then kickstart. Now they'll have to play a game that really matters, where if they lose, they're out. And just to suddenly step back up and regain the confidence, it's tough. And I don't really fancy them.
Oh, let's try something here. We're going to go inside the rooms at Melbourne City. Now, we've got Roston Griffiths with us. I don't know, this is roaming Griffo or roaming Roston. I don't know what we're going to call this segment. But let's hand it over to Roston and as he has a chat to a few of the boys.
Roman Roston, back by popular demand here. Who should we start with? Should we start with the snowman himself, Tom Glover? Tommy, what do you think of tonight? I mean, it was sort of a bit of a dead rubber, but we turned a good performance down, a bit of confidence going into the finals.
Yeah, mate. Great momentum going in. A couple of nervous faces before. Macca, never seen him so quiet before a game. You can thank us for that game against Sydney. We stopped Alp in his track, so yeah, it's a good result and good momentum going into the finals.
All right, thank you. Move on to the next one. Harrison Delbridge, fighting with Bessart Berisha at the end of the game. What were the words said?
No, he wasn't happy that I gave him a thumbs up afterwards, but it was all love.
It was all love. Overall, how did you feel in the game, and did you think there's good momentum going into the final series?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought we played well. Knuckled in when we gave up a goal and got our main man the golden boot. So
we should get him something, maybe.
Yeah, we actually have something prepared for you. It's not much, to be honest, but well,
On that note, maybe we should talk to the golden boy himself, golden balls, Jamie Maclaren. Mate, 2 goals, pretty much exactly what you wanted. I could see your face on the bus on the way in. You're in the zone. Talk me through it.
Yeah, look, obviously it's something I wanted to achieve, and first half I was probably slashing at things and probably trying too hard, but fantastic for Moody to get his first goal for the club, and I knew that was something would happen in the second half, and it did.
What would you have done if somebody else tried to grab that penalty?
It would have been a fight, but if I had scored an open play goal and had penalties, I would have given to maybe Moody or Collar, but I don't miss those penalties.
You said yesterday you were going to go straight down the middle. Hopefully we don't mention in the final series. You'll know all about it. But you said you're going to go down the middle yesterday in training, and that's what you did.
Yeah, practice makes perfect. Obviously, I speak to the goalkeeping coach and get the clips of the keepers and worry about where they're going to go. And he always dives, so straight down the middle.
Have you got anything to say to those trolls on Instagram that tell you you're not going to win the Golden Boot this year?
No, I guess it's just the old Balotelli thing. Why always me?
Why always me? Stay away from the fella. Who else do you want to speak to? Do you want to speak to anyone else? Who? Oh, I'll tell you what, yes. Moody. Let's get the man himself. Is that your first start in the A-League?
Yeah.
Is that your first? How many starts have you had? 2 starts. How many goals in the A-League?
1.
About only 11 behind me. Talk us through the goal. What did you think? First touch, was it a bit heavy, or are you exactly what you wanted?
Exactly what I wanted.
Oh, yeah, and then you meant to kick it through his legs?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put a strike through like the coach says and score. That's
Left
it.
wing is not your normal position. Nah. How did you feel when you found out you were starting there this week?
Surprised, very surprised by shot. Just wanted to do the job for the boys, I guess.
Yeah, you put in a good shift. I heard your family celebrating out there in the crowd. They were all 25 of them, I think, with tickets that were given away with your family.
Yeah, that's right. Had to put them in front of the family first time playing at home, so it was a good feeling.
There wasn't much noise in the crowd, but I could hear them watching the replay of your goal over and over again on Fox Sports and then screaming again, yalla, yalla, yalla.
Yalla, 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 that's it.
Is there anyone else you want to speak to? What are we thinking here? Thanks, Muddy. Congratulations. I tell you what, this guy loves to chat. Let's get on this fella. Curtis Good. You got through the game unscathed, more importantly, and confident going into the final series of next week.
Of course, mate. Always good to get through a game, and no different today. So happy with the result, happy with the win. Most points he's got ever. So
yeah. As a Melbourne boy, does it make you feel proud this season after everything?
It does. Yeah, started out here, so to be here again and to get this result.
Yeah, big guys trying to give you a high five here. Get on the fist bump. No high fives. All right, Curtis, good. We'll see you next week in the semi-final. Thank you very much. What did you say? Back to you in the studio.
Oh, roaming Roston. I tell you what, this man has got a future. That will be back after the semi-final for sure. Thank you so much to City and to Roston Griffiths for that fantastic access. Thomas, what did you make of his performance first up as a media performer?
It's like watching the Formula One, the grid walk before the race. Again, it's a different side of the boys. I love to see it. I've been in the dressing room. It's relaxed. There's a lot of banter. You can see it's very casual, and everyone. You just love that camaraderie, and I think that comes across, and that's the great thing to see, that everyone is just smiling and supporting each other, and that's a true team spirit.
Absolutely, and thanks again to all our City fans for tuning in tonight, all the fans there on the wall. Thomas, before we go, just your final thoughts a week away from the semi-finals. Just your final thoughts about how you think City will go when we start again next Wednesday.
No, just super excited. This is what we've been looking for so many years since, I was at the club and we've been close. Now we're in a semi-final. Now we got a real shot at winning this thing. And, the boys seems in a great nick and great spirit and playing some good football. So, just super excited. Can't wait for Wednesday.
Thomas, good fun again tonight. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Pleasure.
And City fans, make sure you join us on City Live, brought to you by McDonald's. Next week, kick-off 5 o'clock, 4:30 we'll be on air. Pre-match, half-time, post-match, a bit of fun as well. So we can't wait for the finals to start next Wednesday. Thanks for your time and tuning in to City Live.